thanks for tuning in. Well, I thought I'd review a film for you. Well, it's a sort of review, and it isn't, because reason being, I don't know what the fuck this film is about, although I've seen it about 5 times. And the reason for that is, I can't hear a fucking word anybody is saying in it. The fucking transfer to DVD is abysmal. It's every time the characters are away from the fucking screen, like away from the camera. Can't hear what they're saying. Now, I've tried headphones, I've tried the volume, I've tried altering the audio settings. That's why I don't know what this fucking film's about. I think I've got a few clues that it's about an inheritance and everyone's fighting over it or something. You know, and 4 thrill seekers, they're in the wrong place at the wrong time and they get brutally killed. I mean, there's 2 identical murders in this to Friday the 13th Part 2, which was like, 1981. They shot you in the face, and a couple screwing in bed get a spear straight through them. And that happened in Friday the 13th Part 2 as well. You can tell where that director got his ideas from. Anyway, the film I'm going to review, or not going to review, is, well, whichever way you look at it, Twitch of the Death Nerve. I mean, it's got a lot of fucking aliases, this. I mean, the British VHS version was Bloodbath. And, I've seen that on eBay going for over £100, it's fucking ridiculous. It's very, very rare. I remember seeing it in the fucking video shops in the 80s. Never bothered getting it out, because I just thought it looked fucking stupid. I wish I had now. I probably wouldn't have liked it much back then. I mean, it's 1972, I think. Or is it 71? I bet the year's not even on there. I think it's 71 actually, yeah. And it was the very first film to have a warning when you walked into the cinema. A verbal warning. To warn you how gory it is. Because there'd been nothing like it then, when this come out. You didn't see beheadings and fucking, well, you see 1 or 2, but silly ones and that. I mean, you never seen like the violence in this. Only problem with it is the violence. It's very good, but the blood looks pathetic. Doesn't look fucking real. Looks like fucking a cross between Signal Red Gloss and fucking chili sauce without the seeds. I mean, it's ridiculous. There's one film, right? I can't remember what you call it now. I think it was 1967 it was released. A colour film. Christopher Lee was in that, I think. I don't know what the fuck was it about. I'm sure there was vampires in it. And the only film from that long ago with blood that looks fucking real. The rest of them, I mean, Play Misty for me, for instance, when Clint Eastwood's getting stabbed to bits near the end. That's not fucking blood. It's all thick and gloopy and too light in colour. No. Unless he's been injecting himself with ketchup. And The French Connection too. The scene when he's lying on his back and he's, his blood fucking coming out of his head and it just looks ridiculous. Even Angie laughed at that, and she's as thick as fuck. And Dawn of the Dead, classic example, brilliant special effects from Tom Savini, but the blood just looks really, really silly. Doesn't look real, looks daft, you know what I mean? Why oh why, in them days, didn't they use something that looked proper, realistic, you know what I mean? Or was there restrictions back then? Like, oh, if the blood looks too real, we're going to have to heavily censor it or stop you from releasing it in the first place. Maybe, you know what it was like back then. But this film, you know, I'll have to find a different version. I mean, there's lots of versions of this. There's another version called Bay of Blood. Avoid at all costs, because it's extremely heavily cut. It's fucking, you know, don't even bother. But there's some really good photography in this. Some great camera work and camera shots. I mean, it's quite a big body count. I mean, starts off right. Somebody fucking kills this woman in a wheelchair. Oh, surprise, surprise, a video nasty, which was banned. Somebody in a wheelchair is in it. Somebody kills this woman in a wheelchair, right? Strangles her, well, hangs her from the beam or something. And then somebody creeps up behind him and murders him. It's like, what the fuck? Everyone's murdering each other. And the ending's dead funny. There's one bit in it, though, which is fucking ridiculous. This bloke, right, he gets stabbed with a spear. He gets stabbed here, right? And then you see another scene when the fucking spear's sticking out of his chest. It's like, how the fuck have they got that wrong so badly? But anyway, Twitch of the Deaf Nerve, directed by Mario Bava, starring Claudine Auger, Luigi Pistilli, Claudio Volante, Laura Betty, Bridget Skey. Well, you've probably guessed by now it's an Italian film. Music by Stilvio Cipriani, produced by Giuseppe Sacariello, story by Franco Barberi and Dardano Sacchetti. Yeah, 1971. 84 minutes. Not rated. Widescreen uncut version, but it fails to mention the dreadful fucking sound. So wrap your eyeballs around it. See you later. Oi mate! I'm trying to get some fucking sleep, you bastard!